What if I told you there's a way to flip the script in any challenging situation, leaving your competition, or even your own doubts, absolutely stunned? That's exactly what David Goggins means when he talks about taking souls in Chapter 4 of Can't Hurt Me. In this chapter, Goggins shares a game-changing strategy he developed during Navy SEAL Hell Week, one of the toughest endurance tests in the world. While others were breaking down, Goggins found a way to not only endure but dominate, taking control of the situation and even winning over his instructors. This isn't just about physical toughness, it's a mindset anyone can use to thrive under pressure. Whether it's outlasting a competitor, silencing critics, or proving to yourself that you can push beyond limits, Goggins shows us how to turn pain into power and leave your mark. Curious about how you can start taking souls in your own life? Stick around. We're about to dive into this incredible chapter together. Welcome to Book Summary, where you can unlock the power of books in minutes, not months. Get the key insights, chapter by chapter, and start learning smarter, not harder. Let's begin. What does it mean to take souls? It sounds intense, almost combative, doesn't it? That's the point. In Chapter 4 of Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins introduces us to this fascinating concept, one that redefines the way we view challenges, adversity, and even our competitors. This isn't about revenge or malice. It's about owning the moment and flipping the power dynamic in your favor, all while pushing yourself to levels you didn't know were possible. The phrase taking souls was born during one of the most grueling experiences in Goggins' life, Navy SEAL Hell Week. Imagine this. Days without sleep, relentless physical tasks, freezing water temperatures, and instructors who seem to thrive on making you break. During one of these brutal moments, while his fellow trainees were starting to crumble, Goggins had a revelation. Instead of letting the instructors dictate his pain and control his suffering, he decided to flip the narrative. Taking souls is about rising above expectations, even when the odds are against you. For Goggins, it started with small victories. He and his boat crew decided to outperform everyone, not just to survive Hell Week, but to dominate it. When their instructors expected them to falter, they worked harder. When everyone else was visibly exhausted, they smiled and cheered through the pain. This didn't just energize their team. It left the instructors stunned and, in a strange way, impressed. They'd taken their souls, showing them what true grit looks like. The idea of taking souls goes beyond military training. It's a mindset that applies to every walk of life. Think about it. Have you ever faced someone, or even your own doubts, who seemed determined to see you fail? Maybe it was a boss, a competitor, or even a friend who underestimated you. Taking souls isn't about fighting back with aggression. It's about showing them what you're made of, performing so well that it forces them to reconsider your limits and theirs. Goggins brings this principle to life with another powerful example, his ultramarathon career. During one particularly brutal race, he was in unimaginable pain. His body was breaking down, his feet were torn apart, and every step felt like torture. But instead of quitting or giving in, Goggins focused on the faces of his competitors. He pushed himself harder, not for the trophy, but to see the disbelief in their eyes when he refused to give up. That moment, when you shock someone by refusing to fold, is the essence of taking souls. What can we learn from this? First, adversity is inevitable, but how you respond defines your character. Goggins teaches us that even in our darkest moments, we have the power to control the narrative. When life, or someone else, throws obstacles in your path, you have a choice. Let them win, or dig deep and show them just how much strength you have. Another takeaway is that effort matters more than excuses. In the chapter, Goggins reflects on how easy it is to rationalize quitting. After all, if the odds are stacked against you, isn't failure acceptable? Not to Goggins. He argues that by giving everything you've got, you force others, and yourself, to recognize your resilience. It's about proving something not just to the world, but to yourself. This mindset isn't reserved for Navy SEALs or ultramarathon runners. It's something you can apply to your daily life. Say you're working on a challenging project at work. Maybe your team is struggling, deadlines are looming, and you feel like you're being set up to fail. Instead of crumbling under the pressure, you take charge. You put in the extra hours, find creative solutions, and show everyone, including yourself, that you're capable of greatness. When the project succeeds, and those who doubted you are left speechless, you've taken their souls. The beauty of this philosophy is that it's not about competition with others. It's about mastery of yourself. Goggins points out that we all have competitors, whether it's external challenges or internal fears. By adopting this mindset, you can transform those struggles into fuel for growth. One of the most inspiring parts of the chapter is when Goggins emphasizes the importance of mindset over circumstances. It's easy to blame situations or other people when things get tough, but Goggins challenges us to look inward. Are you giving your all, or are you holding back because it's easier? When you stop making excuses and start owning every moment, you'll find strength you didn't know you had. In conclusion, Chapter 4 of Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins really drives home the idea that adversity is more than just a hurdle. It's a way to test who you truly are. Instead of shrinking from it or fearing the struggle, Goggins challenges us to embrace it. Why? Because that's where growth happens. It's in those hard, uncomfortable moments that we discover what we're made of. He also talks about pushing past expectations, not just the ones set by others, but the ones we set for ourselves. Just when you think you've hit your limit, there's always more in the tank. Surprising the people around you is great, but even better is proving to yourself that you're capable of way more than you imagined. Another big takeaway is about owning your story. Don't let anyone else define who you are or what you can achieve. Goggins emphasizes the power of rewriting the narrative, flipping the script on what people expect, and showing up in a way that's entirely your own. Finally, Goggins makes it clear that effort beats excuses every time. Success doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to give everything you've got, especially when it's painful and hard. It's about pushing through, showing up, and refusing to let pain or fear stop you. In the end, taking souls is about reclaiming power in moments where you feel powerless. It's about finding pride in your effort and using challenges to fuel your growth. Whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, every struggle is an opportunity to prove your resilience. As you finish this chapter, ask yourself, who or what has been holding you back? And how can you take their soul, not out of malice, but as a way to own your journey and prove to yourself what's possible? The answer lies in effort, mindset, and an unrelenting refusal to quit. David Goggins' story is a powerful reminder that no matter how tough the situation, there's always a way to turn the tables. Now it's your turn to take souls and redefine what's possible in your life. Thank you so much for spending your time with me as we unpack the key lessons from Chapter 4 of Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I hope you're feeling inspired to tackle your challenges head-on, push past limits, and take full ownership of your story. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about effort, resilience, and grit. But guess what? The journey doesn't stop here. In the next video, we're diving into Chapter 5, Armored Mind. This chapter is all about building mental toughness so strong it can weather any storm. Goggins reveals how to create a mindset that shields you from self-doubt, negativity, and fear, transforming you into your toughest, most unstoppable self. If you've ever wondered how to silence the noise of doubt and rise stronger, you won't want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and join me for the next video as we continue this incredible journey with David Goggins. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Stay strong and stay unstoppable.